Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Headlocks and Hot Packs. Today is Tuesday, which means it is waiver wire day, or should be in most fantasy leagues. It is in mine, anyways. And today I'm going to be going over some of my practices for hitting the waiver wire. Might be kind of like some beginner things, but possibly it will help you out. I guess you'll have to stay tuned to find out. So firstly, and most importantly, before we dig into the waiver wire pool here, the most important thing when it comes to waivers every single week is do not forget. Get your claims in every Tuesday, regardless of where you are on the waiver wire. It's really important that you draft well, but it's also really important that you manage your team and your roster well. Part of that is waivers throughout the season, so definitely need to remember weekly. Alright, so we're on my team page here. You can see I am coming off of a win, and I had the high score in the league after week 1, which means I am dead last in the waiver order. So let's head over. Actually, let's check out the roster here first of all. I'm not considering really dropping anybody out of my starting lineup. Possibly the Packers defense there, but they've got a great matchup against the Bears this coming week, so I'm most likely going to start them regardless. And here's a look at the bench. There's definitely some guys that I could move. I kind of want to avoid the Ravens running backs altogether, so I might be looking to drop Kenyon Drake. The Saints defense was a stream play for me last week. I stupidly dropped the Steelers because who would have ever thought that they would have put up the game they did against the Cincinnati Bengals offense. Damian Williams is a nice handcuff, so I'm not really considering dropping him. Cole Kmet coming off a pretty bad week 1. I don't think that will continue throughout the season, so I'm kind of looking at keeping him as well. I might be out on Michael Gallup, where Dak Prescott has been injured now and is going to be out for, it looks like, 2 months. Cooper Rush is now the starting quarterback for the Cowboys, which I think is going to greatly impact how the receivers for the Cowboys perform. I think CD will still be an okay start, but anything after that is kind of a toss-up. So let's head over to the waiver pool on ESPN here. I always like to set things up by position here. I don't look at all. Quarterback's not a consideration for me. I have Justin Herbert as a starter. There's not anybody that's going to be in free agency that I'm ever going to consider playing over him. I will take my chances when Herbert's bye week comes up and see what I can find for a 1-week fill-in down the road. So that's not even a consideration for me. And then another. So let's organize these by projections. And like I said, I am dead last in waivers, so chances are I'm not going to get anybody that I claim. However, that brings me to my second important point here is make claims no matter what. It's very possible that other people will forget to make claims. And, I mean, it's probably unlikely that everybody above you in the waiver order will not make a claim, but you never know, so just go ahead and make a claim anyways. So with my first claim here, I'm going to go ahead and claim Rex Burkhead. And he probably is not going to make it to me, but if I can get him over Kenyon Drake, I would take that because Burkhead is going to get more run. It's kind of a 2-headed backfield in Houston as opposed to like a 3 to 4-headed monster, possibly 5 when Gus Edwards comes back in Baltimore. So if I can avoid the Ravens backfield, I'm going to do so at all costs. So first claim, Rex Burkhead. All right, we're back in the waiver pool here. I am gone back to running back here. I'm kind of interested in Isaiah Pacheco. That is also a guy that I ended up dropping and picking up Damian Williams for. Pacheco had a good week 1, so I'm going to go ahead and put a claim in on him as well. And this brings me to point number 3 when it comes to making waiver claims. So I would prefer to have Burkhead over Pacheco, so what I am going to do, I claimed Burkhead and was going to drop Drake. Here, I'm going to claim Pacheco and drop Drake. So that way, if Burkhead is already gone, I've already got a claim in for Pacheco. It will automatically take Pacheco next. So this is what I call stacking your waiver claims. So you want to kind of stack in order of importance to your team the guys that you would like. So if this top guy is gone, I'll get this next guy. If that guy is gone, I'll get this next guy. So I'm going to go back into the waiver pool here. So I've gone back into the running back pool, just checking out who all is there. Again, if I can do anything to get away from that Ravens backfield, I'm going to do so. I'm going to put a claim in on Jaylen Warren here. Najee Harris is battling an injury right now, so it's very possible that Jaylen Warren will get the start this weekend against my Patriots, or get a good amount of the workload. So I'm going to put a claim in on him. That is my third claim to drop Kenyon Drake there. So here's our first look at the wide receiver pool. Curtis Samuel is projected pretty highly, but with the emergence of this guy, Dotson, I think he's going to be a high priority waiver claim. I'm not fully convinced yet, so I think I'm going to avoid receiver this week. Again, this is all just based off my team needs. Running back is definitely a position of need more for me than receiver, which is why all my running back claims came first. Only because I have Antonio Gibson right now, and once Brian Robertson comes back in a few weeks, he will eat into Gibson's workload. After that, I've only got Cordero Patterson, James Robinson, and Devin Singletary, which is kind of the pill that I had to swallow for getting those top receivers like Jefferson and Jamar Chase, and going early on Herbert in the draft. So identify my needs and make my claims based off of that. I know I started the last part by saying lastly, but finally, this will be the final part here. So this is again part of what I call stacking. So what we're going to do, my number one claim was Burkhead. So I don't need to redo that one. He's top priority. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and reclaim the guys that I had lined up after him to drop the Saints defense here. So I had Isaiah Pacheco. There is another claim on him there. Back into the running back pool. And the other one that I had a claim on was Jaylen Warren. Again, go back in and drop for the Saints defense there. Okay, so that's it. So those are all the claims that I am putting in for this week. And so here's what I want to do. So I want them to go in this order. So Burkhead is my top priority. If he's not there, I want Pacheco for Drake. And if Drake is gone, then I want Warren for Drake. And then nextly, these other ones I did out of order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Pacheco up above the Steelers D, Warren up above the Saints D. So what will happen on that second pass through on claims, if say for some reason I get Burkhead in the first run through of waivers, which again probably won't happen, but he's my top priority. So say I get Burkhead the first time around, on the second time around, if Pacheco is still at me, it will drop the Saints defense for Pacheco. So I will have gotten Burkhead and Pacheco, both of my top two claims. If Pacheco is gone that second time around, it will adjust and automatically grab Warren. If both of those guys are gone, then I would rather pick up the Steelers defense as opposed to the Saints. So again, this is what I call stacking. This might be kind of a beginner, little bit of a tip there for people who are new to fantasy football. But this is something that I do every single year. Obviously, this will change based on how many people you are looking to claim. It's very possible you could have like 6 claims, and then what you want to do is go and stack 5, 4, etc., etc., etc. It could be tedious, but it could totally be worth it, and again, it could help you win your league. So definitely what I feel is helpful information. All right, so there is how I approach the waiver wire every single week. Again, hopefully something here helped you out. There might have been mostly beginner things here for people who are new to fantasy football, but I don't know, maybe there was a little Owen Hart nugget in there for you that might help you weekly in your fantasy leagues. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up down below. Let me get that on camera. And of course, subscribe if you have not subscribed yet to the channel. Got lots of fun stuff coming up, so don't want to miss out on any of that. And we might be doing some more fantasy football as the season goes along. I'm formulating some more ideas as we speak, as I speak. So again, that's all I've got for you tonight. We'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your evening.